So on February 26th of this year, Cannibal Accident will be releasing their fourth full-length album, which is called Necrocluster. Can you tell me about the writing of this album, how this album came together?
Yeah, it actually began like already like 3 years ago or something. Our previous album was released in 2017, and after that, our guitarist already had some new riffs and songs and parts and beats for the upcoming stuff. But I think there was also some kind of maybe at least he told that he had some kind of like he got a bit tired to write all the songs by himself because he had done it from the since the beginning, and there were like maybe like 70 songs already written in less than 10 years. So, but our new bass player who had joined us back then showed a lot of interest to write songs also. So he actually came up with something like 30 or 40 song, like not the complete songs, but like suggestions that would become songs someday. So that was like the foundation of the album, which is now ready, and from those days there have been a lot of rearrangement, dropping off parts which are not good enough, deleting whole songs, and together they had like almost like 50 more or less like not so ready songs, but you know, so we had to do a lot of cutting off from those, because there was also a lot of bad really bad or just like not so Cannibal Accident type of stuff. But our bass player got into the like the mood that which is necessary to write the kind of songs that we like to go ahead with. So in the end, I think in this new album we have half of the songs is probably originally from the bass players, those dozens of different songs, and half of them are from the guitarist. So that was quite a long process, and we actually recorded the album already back in the summer of 2019, and the next half year, 6-7 months after that recording session, we were not very active regarding the mixing and mastering of the album. So it was like really slow process after we finally got the album even mixed properly. And then in the beginning of last year, like exactly about 1 year ago, we started to approach different labels, and we had the album mixed and mastered, and we had like the whole package to offer, like we have done actually before. But then not many labels were interested. Of course, some were interested too, with the deal that was not really acceptable. So, but in the end, I don't remember when we got the reply from Time to Kill. Maybe it was sometimes in early spring last year or something. They showed interest in that, and we knew some bands from their roster. Most of them were like never heard, but we listened to them and were like, okay, we could fit there because they have some grindcore and some brutal death metal stuff, but also something else. It's not just like a brutal gore slam death metal dedicated label only. And we had actually one local guy and his band had also recorded one album for them, so he was like recommending them also. And it took quite a while to come up with the final contract and whatnot, because of the fucking COVID thing. The label wanted to delay postponed the signing of the contract until autumn or something, because they told that they don't have any possibilities to release the album that year, like in the last year. And we were okay with that. We said, "Oh, no problem. It's like your schedule, and we go with that. Go." So then we finally closed the deal like a few months ago, and now we're here.
How would you compare the songs on Necrocluster to your previous albums?
Well, the first and the biggest difference is that of course the thing that our bass player has written some songs also, so the songs are not written only by one guy, like musically speaking, and he has brought some, or actually quite a lot of the like death metal influences to our music. We have some songs which are quite a lot of, at least in my opinion, quite a lot of influences from like the old school American death metal, but not like not the technical side, but you know, the more like mid-based brutal type of, like, I would say, like some old Immolation or Dayside or something like that. And it's definitely the most death metal sounding album, also like the sound wise, and also regarding the riffs and arrangement and compositions. But of course there is the grindcore crossover mosh part type of riffs and parts and songs, which is what we are basically about anyway. But it's the most death metallic release, at least in our scale. Somebody would call it only punk, but I don't care.
The album was recorded and mixed at Ansa Studio by members of the band Mors Princium Est, Timo Heinola and Jori Hokio. I'm probably not pronouncing those names correctly, but
yeah, it's okay.
How did they get involved with recording the album? Why did you choose to work with them?
Yeah, it was actually also our bass player who knew Teemu personally, because he had also played. He has actually, they are both bass players, and they have both played in Mors Principium Est as bass player. They have like switched places there whenever the other is not cannot attend some gig or tour, the other goes. So it's like they are both like the hired guns for that band. So he knew Teemu and actually the studio also before, because he had recorded his previous band there years ago. And nowadays the studio is not so, he's not doing it professionally anymore. So there was like more, it was easy to find 1 week or so which we spent for the recording. There was no hard schedule for anyone. Yeah, that was just something that our bass player Joni, he just suggested that we could use that, because previously we had basically recorded everything except drums on our own, and sometimes also the drums on our rehearsal place and just renting or borrowing better microphones from our sound guy friends. And that also, that recording responsibility had fallen onto our guitarist. So he had basically, until this album, he had like written and arranged and recorded and mixed and mastered all the stuff we have recorded so far. So that's what he had wanted to do also, but time we just told him that you don't have to do everything on your own, and he was quite happy about that also. So he could concentrate. He could concentrate on the recording at the studio sessions, and when he had recorded his parts, he could concentrate on drinking. So he didn't have to take care of the recording of the other instruments or the vocals or whatever. So he could just party for the rest of the week.
Was the choice to work with Timo and Jory mostly to take off pressure from your guitarist?
Yeah. That was one main reason as well, and also to finally record everything in a real studio, because like I said, we have previously the process was like this. We would record guitars and bass and drums on our rehearsal place with some microphones we have borrowed, or the drums were recorded in a studio, but everything else was recorded in rehearsal place or at home or wherever. The music was recorded at one time and in maybe one or two places, and the vocals were recorded during one weekend, like maybe many weeks after that, again with lots of guest vocalists and other hangarounds and friends of course, but now we just booked, I think it was like 8 or 9 days from Ansa studio. The bass player, guitar player and the drummer went there first for the first 3 or 4 days. They recorded their parts, and then we came there. Then we joined them with Heikki, the other vocalist, the next week, and did our parts in 2-3 days. And then in the end, there were some guys for the last day who visited there for the guest vocals and other necessary stuff, like, again, excessive drinking. That's something that has followed this band always.